and put salon in interest above all other things them where we feel say go make we better and make the country go bien. Well, today, for can help we talk this talk, we dey bring come the man himself, Abdul M. Fatoma, from the Campaign for Human Rights and Development International. Welcome again to Sierra Network, Abdul M. Fatoma.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. From Monday, or even let's start from Saturday. Saturday, we see anti-corruption. Then till we see them breaking now one school in Wellington. Then they be able for make arrest of principal, teachers, and some students. Them with a catch by exam malpractice. Then on Monday, we see them display them people and then a cutting tree. Then on Tuesday, the anti-corruption commissioner be there on Radio Democracy, then be try for quiz some say for apologize for what happened, we not do. Then later that same day, we see the president even say, without even talking to the man, and they apologize for what the man do. What's your take, sir, Abdul M. Fatoma?
Well, we get a very mixed situation when it comes to this very particular incident. You to know, say, corruption fighting, a human rights instrument, like they fight for letting not abuse the rights of people when they fight corruption. But then, if the fight against corruption come, be considered highly as an element of human rights violations or human rights abuse, from a state institution, and then it becomes a concern. Like every state institutions will work within the laws of this country, but the law will regulate them, and the law will govern we all within the Constitution. And we all know, say, any national act, no supersede the national constitution, because from all of the other laws and they form. So we also get a problem of lawmaking. When we make laws, then we not agree for harmonize some of the laws. If certain laws, then they will need a clear interpretation, but some then when you left an open interpretation for even somebody will study law, we don't practice law. Maybe a thing that says this not even bright opinion and at the best opinion, so it go on for they take the chance and advantage for test the water. And failing that says not only the Supreme Court, now in that power they for interpret that law as it is. If the citizens, then they in doubt, or neither if the practitioners, then they in doubt. So we will forget this way of, if you listen to the commissioner, he excuses on that, and if you can listen the Human Rights Commission, on that, then we can look at two state institutions and they actually confuse the citizens of this country. One, the lawyer will be there with the panelists, and both from the Human Rights Commission and the Anti-Corruption Commission. It suggests, he asked me, a senior, human rights practitioner. It suggests, let the people then come out and go and report this matter to Human Rights Commission, because in things say, then people that are the human rights, be not violated, or abused by state actors. And let them go investigate this matter. For God's sake, let me look at from that angle again. If the Human Rights Commission now take that complaint, after when they don't make judgment already, before the complaint they come to them themselves. One, they say the Anti-Corruption Commissioner violate the rights of them people and they inside them press release. And the Anti-Corruption Commissioner go above in scope, in terms of infringing on the rights of them people then. So now, if them people then they go lay anti-corruption commission to human rights commission, what in they again for investigate? This when we state institutions that lack professionalism in handling sensitive and national matter. These are the position where both the anti-corruption commission and that of the human rights commission present to the people of this country. Well, for me, as I say earlier on, it comes with a mixed and a very sad situation against we effort as a nation for build respect for rule of law, for build respect for democracy, for build respect for the fair trial, and and justice for all. So so far, I can able for tell you say these are some of my observations. So, but I open up to questions, on what I don't talk.
All right. So, what in you feel saying are the best way this particular situation for Bidon be handled?
Excuse me, come back.
What in are the best way this particular situation from the arrest then to how you feel say this for Bidon unfold? How then for Bidon handle them? Contrary to what we see unfold. So
I don't know what's in the strategy as the anti-corruption commissioner they clearly make reference to the national strategy. So I don't know what's in the whether the institutional strategy for robustly fight corruption. But as they said, this will be one of the methods. Then if not one of the methods, the public split about this. We don't get one side in this. The public split. Then it comes to the other area of principle. When you look at the principle, the president stand with the principle of democracy, principle of human rights, and the rule of law. And but then the anti-corruption commission, they in another way. But when you look at really section 7A, all necessary mean even unnecessary within the law. So me not the talk for the commissioner. The justification, for parading that people then it was a showcase of telling people then say, that the people then this, that the new method this, or that. So if these people were not undressed, they were fully dressed, I believe, by the pictures I see. So, so if we don't see police don't do raid, don't do arrest, and hold people then match them up, go to our police stations. Was it we were having a problem with the placards and things that were right on it? With several high-profile human rights defenders across the globe, they don't hold them for doing their human rights work, then give them placards, then put them prison number or arrest number, on anything, and the whole world, see those things. It's the justifications are different. I'm not saying what they did is not wrong or another is right, but then they're in a better position for tell we the people then of this country. If it was me, it would have been a different way because the people were excited over the arrest, but then as the progress go further and people start to forget a very deep, different, thinking and thought, about the issue. And then we start seeing that state institutions using more of emotions, professionalism. This is what exactly happened. Then you maybe start to ask yourself, where was the civilian police? What was their own participation in this one? Did they aided and abated the process? So did they go after the civilian police at all? Or they only go after the anti-corruption commission? Why? Because these people, the police, anti-corruption commission instructed the police to help them arrest, these people. So other than that, it is the people of the anti-corruption commission. But then a lot of emotional things comes into this.
Okay. What I want only dey quick for, a lot of people where they frown at this come in the perspective of the human rights side. And una na campaign for human rights and development. Usai una team up by this particular side way, boku human rights campaigners them say they don't infringe on the rights of those people and human rights. And other people then come back say, what about waiting the meets and they do? They self try for infringe on other people and human rights. They take too long for faith wrongs, but usai una team up in all this.
Usa waiting up always and Usa weakening up right at the middle of things. We want for be always be fair and be honest with the people the way we say we they represent than the people. Triple A, it's very clear that even the rights of the accused get a fundamental human right. So then people then they not accuse them. So the government, the state, we in the Anti-Corruption Commission they work for, and get all the responsibility necessary, for let them protect the dignity and the right of them people and their wives, then they under them custody as an alleged people, of corrupt malpractices until the court decide, say they're guilty. And when the court decides to say them guilty, the court now get the only mandate for prescribed which punishment with them for given. And that's back would be within the confines of the law and within the human rights framework. So the fact that it goes beyond that, then we can always come after, Nobody can say there was no element of human rights violations or other human rights abuse. It was. Because the privacy of them people, then they will look at that double jeopardy for them people, then they. If you can't try them publicly now, then what's the essence for charge them back to court? So if you want for terrorism, that's not the right way, all necessary means for prevent corruption. Then you just want to do the public display, and after that you don't charge them to court. Then we go clearly understand. But then if you say you can do them that and charge them back to court,
because now the next question and they were asked after that display, now we know say they get to go court back.
Well, definitely you take some people there already. I mean, you don't parade them. You don't create an emotional torture, to these people. Like, where would they say the right of the accused is always guaranteed, because they're a human being. I'm not condoning or not supporting. I want to let listeners know this very clear. We always say for the rights of people then. Today, you might not be the one way we defend your right, but tomorrow you might not know. Some of them teachers, they are what they talk for today. Maybe they know they might not even be listen or they care less about what we talk that society. But today they are the one that now they talk for. So if the anti-corruption say that they go with them people they are in a court, it depends on the lawyers that were in there. For really challenge why again after we know, do them public humiliations and other things, not only nationally, globally. We bring a global outcry and we make the president disown, the action of the Anti-Corruption Commission way. They don't so much, boast of.
Now, I want to take you back again. Was it right for the president for Cameroon can say, I don't even talk to the man again, but I want to apologize on his behalf, where the man gets the opportunity for apologize and think and say, he not do anything wrong, wait for me to apologize.
I tell you, say, the press, when this incident happened, state institutions, the state itself, not put on directly like this, the state itself used a lot of emotions handling these things. From the arrest, the detention, from the detention to the parade, from the parade to public utterances, they see that say emotions then fly higher than really focus on the actual situation, waiting at this issue, how we for address these issues, So it brings the public utterances, the statements, the public utterances, the actions there undermines the principle of democracy, the principle of transparency and accountability, the principle of consultation, the principle of synergy. There was not that synergy within state institutions, So the state failed to provide that for the people of this country, when a big blunder from the state. And you clearly know that we as a country, we're not actually prepared yet for practice the actual democracy where we intend for practice. But we are a democratic nation because we are a constitutional republic. So we should be bound by the laws that govern this country.
We still get you?
Yes, I'm still here. I don't know.
All right. We for be governed by the laws them we in the country. Now we don't see everything we unfold. We don't even land see they still get for face court trial. You feel say then go get fair justice?
Let me tell you, like I tell you, the process has been undermined by utterances, by further actions from their arrest, immediately after the arrest. Certain actions has undermined, the process, utterances. So now, I cannot predict the opinion of the judge or judges who will sit down on that matter. Because when you go to court, you seek the opinion of the bench. That opinion, you cannot predict it. You cannot really speculate it. You cannot suggest it until the process comes to an end. If the process not come to an end, you cannot really decide that and this. And if you don't have trust in the court, you don't go to the court. The fact that you have a trust in the court, you have faith in the court, that's the reason why you go to the court. And if the High Court rule not in favor of you, we get the appeals court. If you go to the appeals court, it's still no favor, but then you want a particular side for the, interpret to you properly, you take that interpretation to the Supreme Court, we're not the highest court, not the land. So, I will not be in position now to make any prediction what will happen during the trial.
What you make ask
whether
that
they will
question
be having fair trial or they will not be having.
What you make ask the question, now for say if you be saying a jury trial, then definitely it has been jeopardized because waiting do a lot of people now don't read, they don't see public domain don't discuss this issue. So at the end of the day,
no. I want to disagree with you when it comes to that. And I will just justify my reason why I want to disagree with you. I may be wrong as well. When a jury trial, the jurors then therefore can sit down. We get certain people that up to now where this thing don't happen. They still have that strong independent mind. They have not taken side yet or neither use emotions. Like for example, if somebody grab an open fire past Skupikinem and kill Skupikinem, then the jurors and we go sit down for that case. This go happen in a Kumbradem. So are you going to select jurors that we not born for let us sit down on that matter because of, if you can't sit down for that matter, Kumbra, you go feel like any other Kumbra go feel. Does that sound as a jeopardizing that murder or homicide or, a manslaughter trial? No. like I said, the court system is something you cannot speculate. You definitely cannot speculate the court system. You trust the court system and make you go there. But if you know they go there, then you can stand out and speculate. Because one, you lack faith in the court. So if you have to be there, get confidence, then wait for the after process. The after process prepare you for take a position very clearly. You get me? We cannot say so many people don't make a comment, public outburst on this issue. And so many people don't analyze. But if we are that progressive nation, as we claim for be, my brother, we would have the bar association and other institutions, filing this matter to court. Like what the commissioner said, he was relying on Section 7A of the Act. Let the Supreme Court tells us whether the commissioner acts beyond his power. That happens in the UK today. I'm wearing the UK Parliament, Prime Minister to court for the postponement of Parliament, and the court ruled against the government and said no. You acted, I think, constitutional and unlawful. Now that make we get the Supreme Court. Let's test the water and let's see. If the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice not agree for assign the case, we'll be out there and say somebody is seek for interpretation, but then the court not agree for, the judiciary not agree for allocate the matter to the Supreme Court judges. Then we have an excuse. But now, whatever we do, it's going to be based on speculation, individual, independent opinion. And those opinions are not binding and they are not value. It only values to the individual because you have respect for that individual. But other than that, the rules from the court, it's more value and important than mere opinion or mere analysis. So that is the position I hold, on these things. You see, sometimes I don't know if that the problem will get too much in this country. We get so many emotions. You go get some people that now when they listen to me, then they curse me. Say somebody they talk like that. You open the line just like you get people the way they for me. You get people the way they against me totally in all this because they not see the way where they go. But if me not be the Supreme Court judge, we all sit down, we pass this. They say that the Supreme Court, in interpretation that it's final. You get me? So when we put emotion aside and look at institutional behavior, and the problem that the individuals the one we put for letterheads with institutions, they fail in us. It's not the institutions that really fail in us. It's the staffs. Just imagine, like what I tell you, Human Rights Commission, the moment that we don't notice something like this, you get human rights violation. And then one of the mandates, the Human Rights Act tell and say, therefore promote and protect the right of all citizens of this country. Any interview therefore don't limit to this. This is a mere suggestion, or waiting at me. Therefore don't say, we then investigate this matter. When we investigate the matter done, then we will inform the public duly. But for now, we're not going to make any comment. But for God's sake, if these people then now clearly me and you too not go able for get redress for them, like where the Human Rights Commission, where by law that ensure say then people they are getting redress, then they redress. So now if the Human Rights Commission say they pick up these people they had in case, Human Rights Commission already don't pass judgment before they start investigation. Is that fair to these people? Is that fair to us, the citizens? So where is this due process? Where do we have the due process? Either in the court, in the criminal justice system like the police, or state independent institution like the ACC, the Human Rights Commission, the Ombudsman, like now, because of the state and government person, the only better option for me now, right, is to complain the matter to the Ombudsman. Because now they no make any comment on this. But the Human Rights Commission, they are currently not qualified to investigate this matter and come out with any conclusion because they have already given us that.
Okay. So what's going to be your final word before you left with, sir?
Well, I don't want to say final word. Maybe I go follow the program. Then maybe people then go out for ask me. Then I go answer.
All right,
I don't know
perfect.
if I can do it for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Then I answer a few calls. Then I wait itself. So by then I go say me final word, sir.
Okay, no problem, sir. Well, we'll go for left in at this phone first. You go listen with small, then we will bring you in.
Sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, make we left Abdul M. Fatoma Yanda into the waiting puts na table. Make a count with Usman Toli. Yes, Usman Toli. With all waiting Abdul Fatoma don't talk and how this thing unfold. Let we make him quick because instead of the wait, he won't get some reply. Then he go can reply to callers them. Waiting you don't take, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Abdul Fatoma, for can educate me on human rights issues. We really appreciate your effort to come here, for come explain to we in details about what actually happened in terms of this human rights matter. First of all, I'll just say this. We thank the ACC Commissioner for extraordinary effort for fight corruption. Corruption na cancer in our country, a disease. Corruption na one of the things them way they don't actually put that country down. We're not happy with them. They don't destroy with the institutions them. They don't cause so much mayhem in our country. So we're not really happy with the manner in which politicians over the years, the way how they don't handle corruption. But having said that, it's critical for say the actions where the anti-corruption commissioner take is ultra-virus. He acted above the law. And to go straight to the point, and I want just be straightforward and make sure I put the case quite clearly. I feel say they do a fantastic job, and we're really happy with the job they do. But in this particular circumstance, a good number of the public opinion believes say he acted in an ultra-virus way, in the sense that he go above the laws. For a good number of you, be listening to interview with the interviewer. Let me tell you why me feel say this man acted this way. Yeah? They interviewed this man quite a while ago. And talk say some of the actions that they take them because the kind punishment where the court they give to people them where they commit this corruption, where they undertake this corruption, they say small. In they expect more punishment. Now make some of the cases them they take the chance, they take the onus on himself for let's settle them the way I want to settle them, if you know what I mean. So maybe critically that they not influence them for take this decision. But let me warn them. There is one quote where it says presumption of innocence. You get for assume the person say he innocent until a court of law prove that person is guilty. Nobody know they above the law. The law, the court, now in the interpret which sort of punishment. What are the crime? Now in the only body, the only institution where get the power for interpret the law. Nobody no get the right for interpret the law. Nobody no get that power there for interpret the law. Nor do the ACC commissioner get that power there for interpret the law. So the act of him taking the honors on himself for actually display, then people here publicly, is a disgrace not only to your institution, but also to humanity. I therefore be clear with this. No power, no court of law, no give that power for do that one day. In as much as we applaud them for the good job where they do, we also will say we condemn this act. Yeah? People when they argue, say if they do anything necessary, for try for combat corruption. But I think it's misrepresented. Misrepresented in the sense that anything necessary not mean say for go above the law. The law is supreme. Nobody know they above the law. Nobody except the law, the court, they get right to interpret the law. Yeah? Do anything necessary not mean say for do something above the law. The constitution of the state is supreme. Whether be you a president, whether be you a judge, whether be you who, whatever. The court, the law, the only one way supreme. The rule of law is supreme. So, in this respect, we totally condemn the act of, displaying people for humiliating a public. It abuse their human rights, if you know what I mean. So, moving on. What about those politicians where they don't commit serious offenses, serious crime? What are you going to do to them? Nobody knows that, but everybody is equal. Are you going to use the same punishment we use parent teachers here? Yeah, to those politicians? Why not use the same thing? Or they take advantage because they are poor? Yeah? These are the questions where you will begin to ask yourself. Is it because these people are less considered in society? Now make you do this to them? Why didn't you do it to those top politicians who have destroyed our country for many years? Turn the country, they don't ransack the country for so many years. Some of them still go past on the streets of Freetown. Yeah? Why didn't you do it to them? Why are the teachers? Yeah? So you have to therefore ask yourself that question. Yeah? Then the other thing again, where I want to make a put on this table today, that we talk about. Yeah? I think said HE President Mada Bio for don't talk to the commissioner first before he apologize on behalf. I think that is the professional way of doing it. I think that's the normal way of doing it. Before me to go apologize for person, I get for listen to your side of the story. Why did you do this? Whose implication? Sit down with the man, talk with him. You know, he ain't boss. Sit down with him. Before I go publicly, I go declare, I go apologize on your behalf. I sit down with you, ask you questions. Why did you do this? Whose implication? Where if you say this is get now the state? How you feel say this will affect your institution? If me come out publicly, I apologize on your behalf. How you feel say this will affect the credibility of your institution? Which we talk about this, yeah. Then we agree on we come to a common ground. Say, look, I go apologize on your behalf. However, why I don't apologize, I tell you exactly what I go talk. Say, I go talk, I go apologize on your behalf. Yeah. After that, I go one let yourself come. Let you apologize. Yeah? I think that should have been the most professional. Rather than you just come, you apologize on somebody's behalf without in fact talking to the man where he himself don't commit the offense. And he go publicly back and the interview. He talks to another apologize. Then you don't even consult the man. You go publicly, you go apologize on behalf. One, you don't undermine the man in credibility. You don't undermine the man in institution. You don't undermine the man in functions. The ACC commissioner. You don't undermine in credibility. You don't undermine in functions. You don't undermine the institution. Because now, people that they talk say why the man himself not come out publicly and apologize, especially We the HE don't talk, say, you don't even talk to the man yet. Why did you do that? It don't make sense. Talk to the man. Now you appoint him. Tell her what he thinks. Sit down, look at the plan, and think about how I go do him. However, HE mother bio make it nice. Yeah, it say we all are human beings. We all subject to mistakes. We all make mistakes. Yeah, it's okay fine. But what if it be better and sweet for him if he don't talk to her? I say I don't talk to her. Now he send me for can apologize. Anyway, he said we can apologize to the nation. If it be sweet past that one day. He put the words nicely. So we all are we all a mistake. If they get the ambition for do something, yeah, you get ambition for do something. Sometimes they go beyond, because of your determination to fight corruption. Sometimes you go beyond what the normal thing acts requires for. Yeah? It's all confined. Yeah? So, okay. So, to be honest with you, I think the most important thing here where, before I left now, where I just want to remember is this. This man, get the rights to enforce the law. Will take the law in your own hands. And more so, we know say if you don't talk, say, happy with the way how they charge the charges away and they give to people away when they find guilty for corruption. So I believe say to a very large extent, now make it go to this extra mile for abuse people their rights. So now this tomorrow I want to put on the table today. Thank you very much, and thank you to all the listeners then.
All right, thank you very much, Usman Toli. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. I open the phone line now. You will listen, you get opportunity for call. If you call, you get 2 minutes for give your contribution. Yes, caller, you there live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Thank you. I'm calling from Spain. Me a concerned citizen of Sierra Leone.
Yes, ma. You get 2 minutes. Waiting are your own contribution on this particular topic today?
Okay, thank you. Anyway, I not be understand the topic, but as he said, the way this caller just talk, they talk the public shame. Now waiting at the topic, right?
Yes. The ACC boss, when Francis Ben Kaifala, after this public shame, he not agree for apologize, but the president go ahead and apologize on his behalf without the president making clear to we say he not talk to him. But the man say he act, he use, we then say fight corruption in every means when necessary. Now he use. So it's in a you take.
For me, I see no reason for let this man apologize. And people when they say the man need for apologize, to me, now people we still been there against this man, when they bring this ACC, where they not be one time. I believe say now then still want to see the man in downfall and which they not go work. Because since this man don't come, we all not accept. We say make we fight corruption. We not see no head, not see no tail. If now the way this man go able to fight this corruption, what we all don't believe and the first that we can, some of we accept, say make him fight this corruption. If in say the way the court they judge people and in the see say the people the way they're guilty and the sentence when they give them or how then they charge them, it not go down well with time and now somebody will trust, make you left and make it do away because I no man with tranga ace. Maybe now the only way is the only thing when me at the try for tell this man, as he don't start this public shame, make sure say for God and Anabi, not to pay the poor citizen no more. Make it even start and pay them bobo belede. Even if na mother be you go above the law. Make them get public shame the way they do these teachers. Then I believe say corruption go stop. But if na no more way they say corruption, then go na court then charge the people. Even the judge then, the lawyers they self then corrupt. Now that's me then they charge the people. We ain't not like the way they did one. If now this public shame then are the right way where corruption will stop now we country. Let the man go ahead, make them continue. Not to about only this teacher and the principal. Down to the police, they no stand, the bobo belly, the way they need power. It no matter whether you na APC, C4C, whosoever. If they go against the law when a corruption, make them disgrace them like this, I believe they go stop. because Saloma ate disgrace. But if not just for going to court, then give them sentence, so no go no. I swear to God, my brother, they no go stop. But when you see they don't start a disgrace like this, anybody will wonder, I go say, hey, if you do, and they go disgrace you. Picking safe not like disgrace. I believe it is good, and there is no need for making him apologize. For me, if he ask me.
Okay.
The only thing may continue for may make sure say not to only this teacher there. Anybody will get for that, even if not BO do, I made them get a public shame like this. We ain't gonna know say we then get that public shame now. Human beings, according to him, they say go shame a family go shame. I believe say nobody no go come after and do the same thing. So for me, I not see no need for me apologize.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Mina Dauda, I call from Phoenix, USA.
Yes, Dauda, you get 2 minutes. Waiting on your contribution.
Actually, I just want for little bit support the speaker we just talk just now. They say Saloma will get parable say kill dog before dog, let dog know say daddy. You know, Kaifala, what it do, we know say it's very wrong because not to so for do, you know. Certain ways they have for handle that situation but on the other side of the coin, corruption also pass in that country, and no one is above the law. We don't need a salon with the see where they beat pickpocketers in the street and they manhandle them, they violate their rights them. Not just for the police to not to the watch, anything about that. So why it do so to them people then we the outcry the man for apologize. Yes, if not for make let this commotion stop, make the man make it just come out, make it apologize. It don't mean anything. They're not for causing fed up on them. It only do a great job in our country. But this will serve as a lesson to even the one other than the parasitic offices, then they, make them for laugh or say, hey, if they do this, somebody they would call them out, they would shame the disgrace. The Salomon, this big man, is not big man, not honorable. They're not going to disgrace me. They need for to implement certain things, and Salomon will not let corruption not become like a culture. What I mean by that is that, with the praise corruption, right now, when you look on social media, some people they would support that they just because of they get too much influence with the political parties. This is not how things should be done. Other countries, they crack down on corruption. Look, Honduras, the first lady, they just sentenced her to 58 years in prison because of corruption. Other countries, they deal with corruption seriously. If they're not able to find a way for tackle corruption at Salon, I'm afraid we say that country they go.
All right, thank you very much.
These are my own contribution, but thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
My name is Salah. I call from London.
Yes, sir. You get 2 minutes. Waiting on your own contribution.
The contribution, there is a mix-up in the whole issue. The president made a mistake. Anti-corruption made a mistake. Then the teacher or the principal themselves made a big mistake. Don't elect the way the teachers or the principal the way they conduct themselves in a calm way. Then secondly, me not like the way the president go with the whole idea for condemn for apologize. In the first place, I appoint that Monday. If I don't get a word with them, for don't rush. Things that happen, at least for that allow some few days for letting calm down a little bit. And I'm not seeing people they get huge compensation. Because if you listen to the anti-corruption Ben Kaifala, what he say na certain strategy them they try for introduce for let them see how the people then go react. But it was very, 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 very bad. Social media cry. Moreover, then force the people against the will for let them come, for let them shame them in public. By handcuffing them, they not get no ways or means for any escape, put a security officers behind them. Oh my God. It was so pathetic. In that case, the president for don't wait and get a meeting with the anti-corruption. The entire board before ever it come out publicly. So like right now, the president, they undermine then Kaifala in hard work where they do.
Okay. Thank you very much.
There's a lot of Ben Kaifala get for resign.
All right, thank you very much, caller. 2 minutes. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and the call from?
Yeah, Mohamed Sisse, the call from Paris.
Yes, Mohamed Sisse, waiting na your own contribution. You get 2 minutes.
Well, my own contribution, first of all, waiting, I want to talk about this corruption of a thing. People in the think say corruption not only for go thief money or only for go do like what the teacher and do so. Now we try for things say the teacher they an allegation. Whether they do or they not do, we know we don't know. Now just story we just hear it. So a lot of corrupt things and they go on in that country. Even SSF in the bank, Kaifala, the appointment is surrounded with many controversies.
Not to that side we talk now. Let me just focus on the topic.
I don't say not to that side, but
now I will focus on the table. Where to put in table?
Yeah. So now many corrupt things in that country. So then they look onto poor teachers there because of they know able to defend themselves or because of their condition or what you may not understand. Go they disgrace them publicly. This one, no, we talk the truth, make them know where this man supposed to apologize. Because act according to the law. Let he quote for me the law, which tell us say get right for disgrace person publicly because he suspect him for corrupt act. If he come out publicly, the lawyers they say yes, he's supposed to do him. Okay, no problem. Let it be to everybody. Let the law equal to everybody. May not select for say because of this, because of that. So that's my main contribution.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Thank you. Yes, caller, I did live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, good evening. My name is Abasco. I call from Virginia, USA.
Yes, Abasco, may I get 2 minutes?
Well, my contribution for today, the human rights things are all where they don't measure, where would they see say the man supposed to apologize. We will support for me apologize. But the only thing which they worry about, sometimes this just like you born you picking, where you born you picking they do bad things where if you say they end up a big problem, the way beat them, the law or the police then come. Then can't tell you say na so human right. But now the same people they get for Sidom, where you picking they end up in jail. Then they mind their own business. So you were born you picking I get for end up for suffer back. Because of the law they block you say may not deal with them. So this thing wouldn't they make so may they know how they take it easy. This man you don't begin to tease all glad for fed corruption. If you don't do something like this, then therefore take them, may they know how they solve the problem because they can't no more you can't begin the bully them some kind of way will be say they give more power to the people who they do bad. Because when you get for camp now, anytime when somebody they do bad, he always they look onto the human rights. We'll get for cover them. So then get for know how then they do things them. Many people know say some of them tell what they do now make the country go beyond.
All right, thank you very much, Abbas. Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks.
Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Hello, Chifu. How are you, sir?
Fine.
Helen Martinez, I call for United Kingdom, London, United Kingdom.
Yes, Helen, you get 2 minutes. What's your contribution?
My contribution to this thing we have been at. In fact, I'm really shocked. According to human rights, there's no way they go therefore do them people they the way they do this so. People they don't commit waiting past and we don't do waiting past and they know one they do them according to human rights. There is no right for let them do that kind of thing and do to them people then they. If not shameless they say oh Saloma now for shame, therefore put them under trial. Let them put them now court them, judge them, they know if they're guilty or not. By taking them there, the media there, papers them there, that alone don't shame them. In fact, the LCC manager or whoever the leader is and some of the staff need to me also. I wanted them apologize publicly and resign with immediate effect. Therefore resign. because they're not fit for them at that side. But then kind pulls them, they go then at that side and say it affect anti-corruption. It affects anti-corruption for human rights for them at the country. If you will not get human rights, we'll get about another they care about them. Nobody know they care about human rights in Sierra Leone. So if the presidents go, why did they go apologize for something when you not do? That's a big disgrace to me. That na what I feel now they talk. And I get the right for talk what I feel. The man will do the act now for apologize. Enough for do that to poor people them like that and they. Where the presidents, the ministers, they were the chief, other government service workers, them whether the chief. He go there today. Member of Parliament can yesterday. Tomorrow day he get the goes. Next tomorrow I get the big motoka. They say, hey, this is so God not bless them. God not bless them. Now we money. Therefore pay for it.
All right, thank you very much, Ellen.
Million contribution and they demand for resign with immediate effect from an apology to resignation.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah. Yes, caller, are live on here? Your name and who the call from?
Yeah, this is Ayo, the call from the US.
Yes, Ayo, you get 2 minutes. What's your contribution?
Well, yeah, when this program, I think you talk about it on Monday, all of the first callers, they were saying everything the teachers can do was wrong. But at the same time, the ACC not get right for go parade them in the street and put tags on them like dog tags, They not get right to do that. And my contention was that if they wanted to set a precedent, they should have started with the politicians. They don't let that come today, And at the same point, Mr. Tory emphasized today. As some people then call and say the guy for apologize, the guy don't state that he will apologize because now it will take the law into consideration. Because now that if he apologize, that makes him culpable. Culpable in the sense that the defense lawyers there for those people will use that against him in the court. You say, George, you see, the member apologized. He don't acknowledge say what he did was wrong. So that now the case when they look at him, he says no, they apologize. So whatever I do, they still get for take them to court, That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Ayo. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you there live on here, you name and who the call from?
Mina Mohammed at the call from Liberia.
Mohammed, you get 2 minutes. What's your contribution?
My contribution, I want to congratulate the ACC and the commissioner for the action we didn't take. I'm glad with the contribution with Mr. Fatoma say. The thing very complicating for comment on, but to me, I congratulate them on the action because anything at this world it get is starting. Today na the poor teachers. Tomorrow we dey urge the ACC and we dey hope say they will use these kind measures for name and disgrace others. Today don't be them poor teacher here. With the hope say go continue. Like when like where Mr. Fatoma say, like the Human Rights Commission don't already pass judgment. Say the ACC wrong. The ACC wrong. That's the same thing that Usman Toli they do from UK. Impact don't already pass judgment. When at only the Supreme Court get that role I don't know which side then don't read the constitution and don't able to interpret and that way. And the only legal institution way go tell we what in the constitution say na the Supreme Court. So to me, I'm glad for the ACC commissioner and I'm glad for the ACC institution. Let them continue for fight the corruption because corruption don't really they fight we and they really put we into poverty. Look the kind way how we education system they go today. We are zero. We are nothing. Look the kind of money the way the man they get. So because of time and other things,
all right,
I congratulate the ACC
caller.
and this is my contribution.
Thank you. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who side the call from?
Yes, people living Alusign done them at the call from London.
Yes, Alusign, you get 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tripoli. The only thing me want to say now that the whole topic now, I think the whole thing now, undermining don't take place over the whole thing. Because if somebody they in charge of something, when that person they take a decision, you're not supposed to go apologize for that person. You need forget the discussion with the person first, just like within Usman Tolly talk. If you ask the person first, get a word for her. Unless somebody no can complain in Peking to you, then you apologize for her way you don't know what in the Peking do. But to be honest, I don't see reason why make the president supposed to apologize and not supposed to apologize for this whole thing. Because one, we all declare say we want let the problem solved in salon. So there is no need for the president to apologize. And me, I did doubt, just like within one call I talk, if Francis Kaifala no go resign, because this is like the president don't undermine him. Because if you look in April, na England, we the policeman then go inside the Ecuadorian embassy, we then go arrest the wonderful Julian Assange. We done in a human rights violation. We all hear what happened, but Theresa May never apologized for the police. It still go down like that. We all keep quiet. Nobody knows anything. So why President Bill for apologize for people that we don't do bad? And not supposed. I think it betrayed we all, to be honest, on this particular thing. The president not be supposed to apologize. He's not supposed to apologize. And again, somebody just they talk about say the human rights when they fight for somebody. Why when they will take the law now on their hands? Sometimes they finally take decision. Boris Johnson is suspend Parliament for 5 weeks. The Queen approve him, say yes, it's supposed to be so. But even though we're Scotland, where they're part of UK law, the courts, the rule say unlawful, does that mean then they turn them down? Then they turn them down. It's still they work like a so. 5 weeks is still they work like a so. So the only thing they talk is President Bio it totally make a mess up and not be supposed to apologize. It don't undermine the good job way Francis Kaifala they do. Discourage them, just keep up doing the same thing, but this not pure undermining I don't want. We really feel I feel too much. And I need a lie, man.
Okay, thank you very much, Alusign. Thank you, yeah. Yes, caller, you live on here, your name and who side the call from?
Listen, Francis, I call from Hawaii. How are you, pal?
No bad. Wait, you get 2 minutes.
Okay. My own contribution is virtually you are like Ben Kaifala the way they make a country. Me personally, if you forget like 50 years, or if they life, now like but the only thing is me na be teacher na salon. My brother. 90% the downfall of education at Sierra Leone, it is contributed by teachers. Now one day, nobody like that. The teachers, they control everything at the school sector where they collapse. My only issue is, forget about salary, when they say teacher, the salary is small. Oh yes, no, why be they pay me 950,000 to teach? Okay, now they pay me, why be they do the corruption? Why be they do that? The problem there is, see, I want just one who Ben Kaifala, the way he acts, he acts in a good faith. Okay, because the man don't explain it. They get the evidence. They get to where the only mistake what Ben Kaifala do, like I wouldn't go and call anti-corruption, wouldn't they arrest the man in that place, they immediately therefore call the police. Police for arrest them. Police are for can't because that's a criminal offense. It's a criminal offense. Police are for carry them. Police and for can't prosecute some people in that court. Or from then on, they are over there to Ben Kaifala, they own the anti-corruption. But for me, like I say, I don't know whether for arrest or not, whether an anti-corruption is for arrest or not the police is for arrest. That there is a conflict of interest. That's not the problem now. What I see. Okay, those are criminal offense. Okay, so people in the painful realize between difference between a criminal offense and a misappropriation or a corruption or something. Okay? Now they call you, they say they call you and say, like an intelligence people and they pass it for person. If I were Ben Kaifala, I will ask the police, or for going with the police. Okay? The police have not be arrested.
Yes, he go there with police. He go there with police.
He go there with the police.
Yes.
Thank you. So if you go there with the police, Now if you not hand over the people to the police. The police like one police pull you over. You know what they make all this police pull you over. You go wait, you go to court, they go defend that. Why defend that now? Okay, if you're free, if you're not free, okay, you pay the fine. Like what you don't do so, like the police hand over the police and the public can't lock it in the prison. Police and therefore prosecute them people a day. If they find and not want him, then for hand over give them back to the anti-corruption.
All right. Okay,
yes.
Thank you very much.
I think safely for work, yeah.
All right, thank you. Yes, caller, you live on here, you name and who call from?
Hello, my name is Rugi, so I call from Norway.
Yes, Rugi from Norway, you get 2 minutes.
Yeah, like I be say the last no more. This thing, what make it be so, be say now where they start for the wire. If na be politician and then be start with, people then for them are streets where they dance. Salon people they leg dance, like they don't pull a shobi. But I support how way they talk, say, how this guy go apologize where he want take them people they ask for go na court. That means say, like he don't show himself say he guilty. But the human rights law don't confuse me, Tripoli. We all know how we country dey. Whose institution they were not corrupt. I just imagine with all the law where they give them say, now this, now you right, now you right. For me, to be honest, I don't give up. Because I know say we dey go no side. Man, no lie. We dey go no side. We dey go no side, Tripoli. Because when you do this, anti-corruption say this na this, human rights, I mean, this na human rights. When something need for be done at that country, if one more country go before. Something need to be done, Tripoli. For me, I come out of the box. I dey look at wetin we for do for me we country take shape. Anything where they start, it they start from the starting. Now with politicians and we they cry so they like it today. How they do? Who side they start? They start something small. If they get somebody where they stop them from their side and they're not go outside and this so. So me I just confused, man, no lie. Like a teacher. Who come out we don't get in pikin like we teacher come. Whether na the teacher make mistake now or for right to now the pikin I make the mistake or he write on a book. He cannot host. The comrade they go through him. He must say okay, this spelling is wrong. The first thing when the pikin they tell you, now me teacher write them. If you want correct that pikin they, he go cry first. Must know how we trust in teacher. He go tell you now so me teacher write them. Whether I make the mistake or not the teacher, but he say na so in teacher write them. But me the only sign no way I do like I talk no more. I really come out of the box. What thing we get for do for put this country in place? Because when you go so, now they right. When you make so, now they right. What thing we for do? They say when you catch thief man, you're not for bitter. Not say make thief man rampant so. I get the first rate for this waiting. We need for go out of the box. We need for go out of waiting with the think. If we really want, we country for sober. Because now when are the same people in back where they can corruption, I stand. Corruption not they start one thing. Now small side it start. If we not able lock the small style, we go see improvement. But if we they try for do so, they say yes, I can understand. But somebody get for do something crazy. If one the country go for me, the country go before. Somebody really get for do something crazy.
Right. Okay, thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you. Yes, caller, I live on here. You name and who side the call from?
Yes, Mohammed, I call from United States.
Yes, Mohammed, you get 2 minutes. Waiting a contribution.
Yes, contribution that's Francis Ben Kaifala, the action we take at the state and again, are they in support of 100%. And waiting President Biodu, that's any responsible leader not to do that. When you appoint somebody, then commit something we feel say wrong, you supposed to call that person first and cancel and say, talk with them and get your own perspective on why you do that. But you just go to up on radio, they say it's totally wrong waiting the man do, you not get the man in your own perspective of waiting why the man do that. And I noticed a lot of other people, the way they talk, especially these human rights activists with the so-called purported human rights. I know they see people and they talk, say, waiting and teacher they are do, na bad thing. All man just be gone waiting Ben Kaifala, no for. If the way for we eliminate corruption in our country, now for disgrace people them publicly, yes, not so that we lost it. But we all know how we lost them. We court system. How long you go take somebody through we court system for get justice? Why we salon people they not go come up and say yes? If there is any way we can fight corruption for stop corruption, anything that we go work, let we do one. If this man, President Bio, don't choose this man so serious about fighting corruption. Why would not allow and let do work? Any way, any means when necessary for end corruption in that country, the law end them. But it not look like Sierra Leoneans, them, some of we very genuine in we action or waiting, whether not politics or not because some of we not through them corrupt ways and then we get what we get. I don't know. Let me point down the number. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Yes, caller, your name and who the call from?
Oh yeah, Mina Mustafa, the call from France.
Yes, Mustafa, what's in your contribution? You get 2 minutes.
Okay, my contribution number one, I commend the president for what he do. You know, I disagree with the president and Bokubo putting the way they do, but if now this be don't start, I believe say things for non be straight. Salono to Banana Republic, na country with law and order, and Ben Kaifala na a lawyer. And know waiting good, waiting the law say, waiting the law not say, not a dictatorship with deeper. Everything na civilized would the fight for law be among the civilized nations then. So if person do something, if the law convince her, like for example, waiting and do so, not only the people and then tarnish the image of the people and family members them. They're not even care them gonna court it. Maybe they might gonna court them. They found they're not guilty. They not already do this kind of thing to them. You know? Some people and they can on social media, they can then talk. But one thing for no say, every country where they fight corruption, then they fight corruption and do them within the law. Ben Kaifala himself no say he make big mistake. If you watch in statements though, you know say no one apologize no more. Now he make the president save his face. He apologize for him. And we know we can begin to talk say for fight corruption and so. I believe say that the right step, the man they try. Obviously, nobody no go support corruption. And then teacher then they not to them no more. Even them Ben Kaifala then they you check them, then go to all the same system then they. Not to say that today begin.
All right, thank you very much, Mustafa. Thank you. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who the call from?
Bami Roberts from Washington DC.
Yes, Bami, you get 2 minutes.
I don't know why people they discredit the commissioner, say for resign and all these things. These are the best postings Salondo ever gets. Okay. First of all, the president not have no right to undermine the commissioner. Period. Any I look at it, if you don't call this man, they sit there and talk on it, then they come with statements as a professional. Okay. I mean, I see a lot of people they say the commissioner don't get no power for do these things. I mean, 3 weeks ago, they get this power for do whatever, basically what he wants. Okay, so he have the power to do it. It just be like it's not in the constitution, but you get mandate for doing. Okay, the other thing I wanted to make this clear. Okay, there's people they say, well, therefore don't do the parliamentary and they want to really thief money. But yeah, therefore don't do that. But this man just got the power 3 weeks ago. You understand? This is the first case he ever do. So then they will get for put down as a consideration. You know what I'm saying? This man, they do extremely well. I don't understand why people they say for resign. I just don't understand it. When are we going to fight corruption? When? Okay, would they talk about human rights? The teacher, they abuse the Peking so much that now they for the go against, not to the ACC. The teacher, they don't abuse the Peking from day one. Why would they talk about that? They don't flip out to ACC. 98% of the people they are against this commissioner. Now APC, period. Any how you look at it. And this man will ever resign. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who you call from?
Yeah. My name Francis. I come from Germany.
Yes, Francis from Germany. You get 2 minutes. What's your contribution?
Yeah. The contribution. I support Francis Kaifala 100%. You know, only teachers and no apology. You see, because of the teachers don't make the teachers and people them who you know, therefore be as role model. So if they don't begin to behave like this, how the foundation of the children are already come up within the teach, how they would they? You see, can you imagine some of the people and they will they get this worst result? They will defend them. we see what they happen on social media. Some of them when they say they don't graduate, all these things in it. You see, they see the way they write. You see grammatical errors, everything. You see, it's like the foundation, not build. You see, I can imagine. First, women who attend the same school, they call me, tell me, oh, it don't pass well, so you show me results. Hey, they get A's. How come you get this A? I don't see this person, not supposed to get this A. They say, now 1,200,000 with the pay. We pay 1,200,000 na special when they can go. All that thing and you see, you know, fine. So Francis Kaifala no apology because if the person is for first corruption back, then we back as the people that is for drag them back. It's like they just the dictatorship is too much. Better allow the man do his work. The man know what he do. He might get the passion for first the thing. So make the political freedom. Better not go interfere with it for do. You see?
All right.
If, for example, other money the way government go spend for big commission of inquiry. They're not supposed to give anti-corruption all the powers. No need commission of inquiry. Better start with the one that is so let it just it. Now so we are therefore do their politician back.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Thank you. Okay. Yes, caller, you're live on there. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim Kane. I call from Washington DC.
Yes, Ibrahim. You get 2 minutes. What's your contribution?
Well, your contribution to this is...
your background look noisy a little, so I don't know.
Yeah, we don't condemn the vote. I don't condemn the president. I don't condemn the government for what he do. And they kept going to match because the president go apologize. So they condemn him. Well, he do that and because one, for reduce the tension, because this is the strength of Leone. They don't want this experience this kind of thing. Will be happening. So the best thing we can do as a leader, let's cool down the tension. Because the teacher and the student and other people and the opposition, what they are against this corruption fight, they create the tension. So the layman won't understand that it is sent to them. So for let them cool down, I mean the president do that. Let's come to Kaifala. When Kaifala, what did they do? Me, I'm happy with that. As long as Kaifala not the wrong behind somebody because of the rich, he built, to run for corruption. And the corruption, what they fight, they not pick and choose whether you teach or what to run a corruption. And those teachers are in this way. If they are corrupt, what are we going to do tomorrow? And now they will learn to be corrupt people before we become a politician. So what they do, they deal with them. I mean, no need for condemn that man. If they call the teachers and they want them, they say any other thing, that's fine. But they find out working they do. And me, I support them 100%. Then they don't for corruption. Who can these people the country? We see how the country is good because they are not, we are not corruption is putting behind. Now corruption is putting behind. So,
thank you very much, caller. Thank you. Yeah. Caller, they live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, Triple A, I won't call the call from Boston.
You get 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah. Me waiting at the talk is that if me not done, Francis Kaifala, I go resign forthwith. And wait for the betray way Mother Bio betray him. If me not him, I be for resign one thing. Because the way how he do him, the way and manner how we do it, not do it right. A give the man the chance say go do this for me because from day one he talk and say this now a big fight. And this fight here will for win him. If for any reason Daniel Kaifala make mistake, not to want it for come out and say you don't do wrong. Now public place. If you for know how it will be for adjust himself, regardless of the pressure we go get. If it for find a way how he go adjust himself until he meet Kaifala 1-to-1 before ever he come out for say I dey go apologize on your behalf. That means to say now betray the man. And I want to tell you for say sometime within the shortest time that man they resign. And after when he don't do so, all the other ministers them, trust me, if they begin any zeal for let them get 100% support, they all get for be careful now. Say this way they not way this man don't do to Daniel Kaifala, I mean to Francis Kaifala. If we say do the same, trust me, that man they go come up here we. and you go see how the thing they go now. Instead of it go fast now, slow now, it go get forget. Let it remember that one day. Then number two, I really feel sorry for the poor guy. But this kind of effort, always if they make, they will come bash him. The thing is, always you don't talk because they talk pan the bone, then you talk pan the dog. But all said and done, Nathaniel Kaifala no more. The people that will commit the act, nobody know they talk about them. Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody know they talk about them. President Francis Kaifala no more. That's not fair.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who side the call from?
Yeah, Ellen McLean, I call from UK.
And I want to make posting call, so just make an short. Yes, just make an short, please.
It really baffled me. I'm so sorry, Triple A. This man where then they call Kaifala also. I'm so disappointed of the Sierra Leoneans there, where they around the world when at that and then at the first world, America, United Kingdom, any side in Europe for talk say the man they support the man waiting they do. What's the for land? The man, in fact, if for stand trial, because what he do, not all the right thing as a lawyer. If for stand trial and pull her out of that position because he not fit. The man for apologize publicly and resign out of that because that's so we see the European and that's what they do. If they resign, it has immediate effect.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So sorry about that.
You. Yes, caller, you live on air. You name and who side the call from?
Hello?
Yes, you live on air. You name and who side the call from?
This is not Umo from Ohio.
Yes, Umo. You get 2 minutes. Waiting on your contribution.
Okay. I not think Francis Kaifala get for apologize for what he do. I believe if you believe in something and you know that the right thing you they do. Though sometimes mistake can come. If you get for stand alone. Like how that woman been talk just now. We get for go out of the box and begin do things and way maybe go change this corruption thing in our country. One thing I know, the thing that where they mode with life, or the three things then people that where they mode with life now this warrior. Now we parents them, we teachers them, and the environmental with it. And besides that one day, this man, yeah, just like the other guy didn't say, because I listened to Ram, then I listened to Yasmin Sheriff, the human rights lawyer, today. It just get this other law, and not to be nothing but law much, because Sierra Leone is as if everybody know about the law now and how to interpret them. You know what, at the same time. But my understanding was, when he do so, he just get them from this last law where they don't give them, where even the vice president now being dead where they do this, you know, where they give this authority act, you know. But Sierra Leoneans, as I can always say, we get for die before we go heaven. Who's like the human rights lawyers then they or they be done they all this why? Somebody if they had to they go born a hospital. You know they get the right attention. If they die, woman they die, if begin they die. Who's like the human rights lawyers then they when 13-year-old begin, then go rape them, then not go grab and say something. Who's like the human rights lawyer then they tell we country don't go down so na the drain. We get for think out of the box. I don't know no more like whether so Jaman they can get, I don't know court martial. If civilians then we not I know they say let them kill anybody, may the Lord forbid or let them injure anybody. But if not this we get for the do, let at least the country change, then we get for do.
All right. Thank you very much, Umu.
So I really support Francis Kaifala.
All right. Thank you. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who side the call from?
Yeah, this is not Solo. Zambia, I call from Maryland.
Yes, Solo. You get 2 minutes within a contribution.
Yes, first of all, I want to thank you for establishing this avenue for let we reviews them. Then, second of all, we talk about corruption as alone. We know to today begin. And if somebody not stamping foot for which stamped out completely, and not go ever happen. Then we realize, in this case, na teacher them, I mean, teach and the act. Teachers are one of the most important people in a society. Whether now Western education, Arabic education, traditional education, you name it, vocational, you name it, teacher. So if teacher is corrupt, the end product, that means if the kingdom of beginning, we then go produce at the end of the day, corruption will be sown into the system. These are, we know say, Sierra Leone is corrupt to the core, but we don't know how to talk the truth. I hear some callers when they say, oh, not for do this, not for do that. Fine, but I swear to God, me, I want to let President Pio, he go call Jerry Rollins of Ghana, Jerry John Rollins, say, Paddy, help me with this. Let me copy some chapter in a Rollins in book of eliminating corruption. Let me implement an salary. Other than that, I used to be able to talk books. So, this, first of all, people are very partisan when it comes to this. And this not have nothing to do with party politics. This got to do with Sierra Leone and betterment. Let me talk as two Sierra Leoneans as patriots. Not to go support X, Y, or Z. If teachers don't do this, to go there and discipline them. And then all the opposed Zaman Ben Kaifala are sorry for saying, me disagree with that 100%. That man needs all the support he can get. And President Bio, I don't know why he go apologize on the man in behalf. He must do so. If you don't give the man the authority, don't give him the cow you hold the rope and then walk like a dog. Let him let this man, that body in an independent body, whatever it takes for root corruption, because Saloma corrupt to the core. If they put lie on Yan and say Saloma find out that on the not to the kind of line with him, think say it force it. To God then the corrupt the lion. So this man, how is he doing work? Let them give him freedom for one.
All right.
These people from top to bottom, let it take care of them. Any kind of way necessary. This is like a revolution.
Okay, thank you very much, caller.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Welcome, you're welcome. Yes.
Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who the call from?
Yeah, my name is Abraham. I call from New Jersey.
You get 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah, people will tell you thank you for the phone. This particular topic, I know the president 1,000,000%. Because the president knows say, waiting the HCC do, he wrong. And I talk money, he wrong. Waiting wrong, he wrong. Waiting people in the field for realizes this they happen all over the world. What presidents and then they apologize, even for something what don't happen 50, 60 years before they can power. Once they know say that government we don't do something bad, then they apologize. And the only regret for me get, the president for me force in the ACC commissioner for apologize. If you not want for the one, it's for firearm. You know they above the law. Now the president will elect. Not so him will elect. You know they above the law. Who not him? Who not him they can make a law on you? I don't understand Salon people there. It is as if we conflate the fighting of corruption with protection of human rights. You do both together. You fight corruption at the same time, while you protect people and human rights. You can't do that. You can't do that. We live in a democracy. We don't live in a dictatorship. Because now for that, how people in the talk are sorry for Salon. We for just get rid of the judiciary. Say no, it's a law with jungle justice. Not get Sharia law. I don't understand. Now democracy, it then at the constitution. It then at the constitution. I don't care. That worst this man, that worst politician, the need for protected human rights. Now the rights. Nobody not protect them. It's wrong. On this issue, I know the president is 1,000% right. I do with that. That continue for listening. Thanks for the.
Thank you very much, Brema. Thank you. I believe we can get there. What thing you think say we need for take for fight corruption na Salon? How far are we willing to go to fight corruption in Sierra Leone? How far? Teachers suppose for go teach at the end of the school term, then give examination. The one we pass, he promote go to the next class. But the teacher for teach waiting in at the syllabus, so that when the exam come, the school pikin, them we study go able for pass because now according to waiting, it don't teach them. But what you they see now? Sex for grades, money for grades, and all the rest for grades. Some people and they say, now because they know they pay the teachers them well, now make the teachers then they mix inside malpractice. What thing you go on for say about the politicians them where they mismanage the country in money? What thing are the defense where you go on use for the one then they? For say because they know they pay them well? Or for say because money they pass na their hand? Or for say because we get weak laws then at the country we not they able for deal with people them within the cage per malpractice. So man go tell you say, at one time be done the way teachers them be the left salon, go Gambia, go Guinea, go Liberia for go teach. More like during the time for the rebel war, most teachers then go Gambia then go teach there. Then say they want to be go teach there. They no care corrupt practice there. People in the claim say because then be they pay them well. Other man go tell you say now because the meat system where they say if they catch you per any kind malpractice and you go abadan. So at the end of the day, the teachers them, the workers them na salon, the police, the judiciary, every Sierra Leonean for no say there is a system where then catch you do something way wrong, you go face the full penalty of the law. The full penalty of the law. You don't say with the Yeri people and they flout the laws of the land, then tell you back say, you know who that's na me? Because of waiting connection. Up to date 2019, September 11th, up to today, somebody somewhere in Sierra Leone go still tell other person say, you know who that's na me? You know waiting at the connection where I get? Somebody go tell you say, for make you able for team up like a man na salon, you suppose forget connection. Is that how it's supposed to be? That's what it's supposed to be? What you make, I take them from a different perspective for come inside this topic today. I take them from a different route. Make we understand, make we see what's really na the problem now we country. Because some people them when they talk about what they happen, then they talk about the teachers them. They write. Some man go tell you back say, oh, what about the students they write? Because the one them way supposed to fail, then cheat with the help of the teacher and the principal for make them pass. So then deprive the one that we study. We for stand out tall, they make them look then short in a class. So How are we willing to fight corruption in Sierra Leone? How far do we want to go? What do we want to sacrifice in Sierra Leone in fighting corruption? With all the backlash that we're hearing right now, how far can we go? How far? For saying that corruption in the fet back? Na corruption in the fet back? It's rather unfortunate because we're talking about the teachers right here. I be wish say we be talk about politicians. For say we for still get sympathizers. For say we go still get sympathizers. They will go can say, oh, they don't do the politicians them the human rights. They don't mass them. They don't this. We for still get, or we for agree say yes. Those people they get right for parade then a cutting tree. So if they get right for parade, the teachers then the politicians then a cutting tree, then why not the teachers? So why would they prefer one against the other? Why would they prefer one against the other? Sin na sin. Corruption na corruption. There is no big corruption, there is no small corruption. Corruption na corruption. In we country, we don't get what we call big fish, we get what we call small fish. Big fish, small fish. But you know what in do? Because of the system. Because of the system. For say make I just summarize within the anti-corruption boss say. He say 3 weeks ago, if you want to see exactly what be happen, go on our channel, SN Radio. We've been there with him the entire program. You know, go find another side, but you go on SN Radio on YouTube, you go find the entire program where the anti-corruption boss, Francis Kaifala, they talk about. Say, by all means necessary. It then at the document. So, by all means necessary, now I make you do what you do so. But by all means necessary, for say somebody not be there for correct and say, by all means necessary within the laws of the land. Because if we dey now say, human rights and this and that, but we not hearing nothing from Bar Association yet. Because within the laws of the land. And here we see say, after parading these people, you say they still carry and go court again. That's why some man still a frown. That's why some man still a frown. So, waiting we want for do for fight corruption. Or anything will happen, will they use a little bit of political undertone? As far as Tripoli is concerned, I don't think say the president for don't even put mouth by this talk. The apology where the president be supposed for make, not to him make. The one way for make, now for apologize for in presidential guard them where beat them female journalists them. Say now we don't hear say one in Westbourne all long broke. That's the apology will be the wait for Yeri from the president. And a lot of people they could say, oh, the commissioner if for apologize. If he apologize, then he don't jeopardize himself for going to court with the case. Because that's end you don't sabotage the case. he no go apologize. I don't think so. Because if he apologize, then he don't sabotage the case. To me, waiting the commissioner do for putting people in a cutting tree, right? No. To me, I say not right. Because waiting do, there is due process. There is due process. But if you understand that there are certain things them where surround all the way through the talk show. There are certain things that we surround all the way through the talk show. Because even in the commissioner, when they ask him, he say because they can't tell and say other cases then they back or even when they don't arrest 10 people there, other one than they. So he just feel like say, you know what, but all don't arrest to look back people and they can't tell back say other one than they do the same thing. Well, make we go put some people in a court. Let them see say na to true they pa. For say he allow in emotion for overrule in judgment. For saying an emotion he allow. Because at the end of the day, you don't parade them. Then you say back to the care and go cut back. Now I make waiting maybe say, I say maybe it's an agreement between the commissioner and them people Lendi. Not until when we know now say, after all this, you say the care and go cut back. Maybe if you be wait after court, where the judge don't tell you everything, you know, like people and can always pack in that court in and then you can say, you know what, well, I'll put in a court in let una see them fine before carry them go jail. Then maybe that one day forbidden all water small. Or if not the day say, because it's a showcase. With the placard and everything, maybe if not the day before they be arrested, they say, okay, na pass will be the pass, but the motoka entire, go down small. Find the trick where go pull and I don't make people and see them. Not with placard. There are ways then they wait for don't do one, where all this, you know, be diplomatic in the areas the way you want to do for achieve. So at the end of the day, are we ready to fight corruption in Sierra Leone? And how far are we ready to sacrifice for make corruption done as alone? Today now they teaches them. Tomorrow now that. From we picking small, na salon. From we picking small, na salon. They are already corrupt. I beg. When you go salon this December, carry one packet diamond or one packet sweet or candy. Carry and go. Call one picking, put her in charge. Say, yeah, this one packet, shape to una all, the balance can give me. Try am. Well, you go just try am. Let you see waiting go be your result. So from the little age, the corruption don't begin. For lie, it's common. For lie, common. But if we say we're ready for cleanse we country out of corruption, then there are certain things then they will get for sacrifice. Certain things then they will get for sacrifice. Now I make her say, if na be politician, then everybody welcome them. Then why not the teachers? Now the anti-corruption boss don't tell we say, he no go do it again, no. He say, until people are not like, he no go do it again. But, he no go let person tell and say, them politician there, you know do one because now 3 weeks ago, he gets this by all means necessary. So, any settlement will be for become after that, maybe if we be do one. But since we don't backlash now, say, you know, for do one, he don't agree, say, he no go do it again. So we will want to see the politicians them, like what in with card. That one day now, they say nothing. But if we want to see politicians, why we not want to see the teachers? If we fight corruption, law fight them. If we fight corruption, law fight them. Law fight them. But we want to see the day outside the judiciary and the anti-corruption, they work as a team. What do I mean by that? Not to forgo say person guilty, we not guilty. Not to that I mean. But make the cases then work out fast and everybody satisfied, everybody going away. So they know the pay teacher then fine. Waiting they expect them for do. For resign. For resign. If you job where you day, you are not satisfied with waiting and they pay you, with the treatment what then they give you, then resign. Or you swallow all the one then they for the money then they give you. So not in order for defend pandis. Because a lot of people they say, oh now because they need to pay them fine. They not tie up you say paupa go be teacher. If you feel say the teacher work where they do, the payment where then they pay you, you not satisfied with you, ask for a raise. If they say they know the raise, then resign. Maybe if all the teachers then be don't resign, say the pay small, maybe now different thing for the talk to do. Now different thing. So you integrity, you put another line, say because they need to pay you well, then you go do corrupt practice, then what do you expect? What do you expect? Because a lot of people they want to pay their fine, then resign, forget it. Go find something else to do. Who you feel say go able to pay you. Or you bill, you boat according to waiting and they pay you. Find a small water where you go able to ride that boat, they're not going to the big ocean. Is it difficult in Sierra Leone? Yes, it is. But until everybody, let we use the teachers now. Let us say the teachers, then grab say, you know what, this money small, we are not going to school for this. Let us see what the government go do. But you know tell me say because then they pay and small, if I go to the school, for go be corrupt. You know tell me say because then they pay police small, if I take bribe in the street. You know tell me say because then they pay soldier small, if I all gone, they go to net to go coast for paying safe. Is that what we're trying to say here? No. I don't think so. So we have to sacrifice. If now for let the teacher then strike, then go make them get money, then let them strike. Because this government say they come for free education. They come for build quality education. So if the teachers are not happy, then get the way where they go do them, we go make the government no say they're not happy. So what you need for do? Well, we'll do so for them. But for that payment, me, I'm not buying it. Me, I know they take them. AAA, that's what I'm saying. Me, no, they take her. So, now one green salon we get. And this one salon we will get until we are willing for make it be the kind of country we want them for be. Until we are ready to sacrifice for make the country be what you want them for be. It no go ever be until we are ready. Until we are ready. And make corruption not the fight back. They use political undertone for come after things the way not supposed to come after. I'm just saying, that's AAA. Now I go lock today. Till we meet again tomorrow. AAA say, tata.